Hey there, welcome to Micro. So this is the weekly analysis. So let's get started. We're starting with Euro USD. Now with Euro USD, as you can see, I have some entries already on this trade. I took one entry right here. I took some new entries down here as well. So my profit target is down here. So far, let me try to see if I can get this. So far, my first target I've done. For my first entry, we are in 300 pips plus, and from this new entry, I have multiple entries over there, about 5, I think. About 5 entries. So if we were to look at that, that's about 150 times 5. Yeah, that should be about 750. Yeah, that should be 750 pips plus 300 pips. That's about over 1000 pips. So I'm already currently running in profit of over 1000 pips from this, trades that I have on Euro USD. Now, I guess I gave the prediction on this channel, so I think that's one of the reasons you should stay connected and watch out for moves like this, especially the entry at the top right here. I gave a prediction of the market spiking up and coming in. So what should we expect for the new week? Well, I'm not happy with the current state of the market, looking like it's doing a bullish turnaround on us. I'm not happy with that, but well, I think I'm consoled with the fact that the market closed at almost precisely a 50%, 50% lower than it actually went, So I expect the market to turn around in my favor, continuation towards my profit target, which is down here. So I expect the market to continue dropping down there. Of course, my bias is because of the trades I have on, and also we can look at this channel as well. This is a channel that has been working fine since about August 2022. So we've seen it work here, we've seen it work here, we've seen it work here, we've seen it work here again. So it would be nice to see it come back, to that entry point or to the support level of the channel. So let's see the market coming to the support level of the channel, and that will be my expectation for the new week. Yeah, that will be my expectation for the new week. Trying to see if there's any other thing we can talk about here. I think the Monday close would really help us decide what happens. So we decide the kind of decisions we make. So if we see the market close bearish, you might want to get in on the sell because it's currently on a major area of the market. Euro USD is the price is currently around the major zone in the market. So we would like to see price continue downwards, but of course that is if we see a bearish close on the Monday close candle, the New York day close candle, right? Work with the New York day close candle, it's a lot better. But if you see something significantly bullish, I think you should still hold for a while, watch out, and let's see where the market really wants to move from here. So I hope you get my analogy. I hope I'm not all over the place. So if we get a drop, a close below, then we might look for a continuation to the downside, right? But if we get a close above, we might have to, hold on for a while and see if this bullish, bias is actually confirmed. If it is confirmed, then we get involved. Yeah, so that's that for Euro USD. Let's get to CAD CHF. Yes. So for CAD CHF, I've had trades in CAD CHF for about, okay, I think it's only one position I took on this one. Let me zoom in properly. I've been in this trade. This is my entry right here. I've been in this trade for, this is 1 month. This is 2, 3, 4. I'm currently the 5th running. I think this month, yeah, so possibly we can call it 3 months plus I've been in this trade. But we are currently in about 659 pips profit on this CAD CHF trade, right? Let me show you how I got into this one. Yeah, so I saw this bearish move, right? The market has been dropping already for a while, so it's confirmed a bearish market. So I saw this bullish reversal a little, then I put my entry below and joined in. So I've been in for a few months now. So where is the market headed right now? Where is the market headed right now? Well, it might surprise you to know my target is about, oh my goodness, what's happening? I'm interested you to know that my target is about 1,900 pips, I think. My target is about 1,900 pips. So we are just in about 600 pips. So let's see if we can get, okay, that's it right there. From my entry, why is it not marking it? Okay, I don't know what's wrong with that, but my target is down there, so 1,900 pips. So I'm really in for this for a long-term sell. But what is it going to do in the nearest future? What is our prediction about the nearest future? Well, I just think we should expect a reversal, some reversal, because this is really an extended move right here. So we should expect some reversal. Except there's something terribly wrong with the Canadian economy. That's the only time I think this will just keep dropping that way. I think we should expect some reversal. Hopefully not a deep reversal, right? It's not a deep reversal back into that area, but something a little, then find a way to get involved. Possibly we see a reversal into this area or this area. Okay, that's quite accurate there. So we see a reversal into that kind of area, and we can look to play the continuation in the overall trend of the market. The trend is your friend. So let's go to XAU USD. Now for XAU USD, well, I think you can see the drawings I have here. on the chart. This was from the last analysis. So I said the market would, come in here. I think it had already done that before. So I expected the market to come in to this area. Then we expect something like a drop, right? To see something like a drop, or if it breaks above significantly, you'll see a reversal into the zone, then a continuation. So since the market hasn't gotten there, the last analysis still stands. XAUSD, expect the market to drop. If it comes into this area, when we see a bearish signal, a significantly bearish signal on the New York day close candle, right, then we can look for sales. But if that's not happening and it breaks above, you look for a reversal into that area, then try to buy. Yeah, so to the next one, USD CHF. Yes, USD CHF did quite well from the last week's analysis. Actually, not just quite well, it's actually exceptionally accurate. I hope you can see this. And yeah, now if you look at this, I want you to focus on this blue candle. I hope you can see my mouse cursor. I want you to focus on this blue line rather, not candle. When I drew this line, I told you the market will come into this area. I put this line right here. I told you the market will come into this area and then move up. So the market did just that. You can look at that. You can see that right here. The market touched that precise area and then turned around back into our area of interest. The same area of interest that I told you the market will come into and then drop, right? So that area of interest has actually kept up to its to the expectation that we have of it. So we also have this probability that it could come up and if it breaks above, then we expect a reversal and continuation. But I favored more of the bearish move. So now that we have the bearish move, what do we expect, or what should we do? Well, let's just take a look at it. Now that we have a bearish move, I think we should wait for some. I think we should wait for some good reversal. Let the market move well, and then reverse into some major areas, possibly this, right? Or if it comes below that, possibly this area, and then we are looking for possibly for some sales, here. So on the New York day close candles, just watch out for those reversals into the area and then a drop, right? Look for signs of weakness when you see the market reverse into any of these areas. Look for signs of weakness on the smaller time frames to get involved, right? But I would suggest personally that you kind of take USD CHF off your watch list for now, because of the way the market is moving, right? The market is moving in a way that is quite unpredictable. I mean, take a look at what happened over here. Market is really moving in a way that is quite unpredictable. So except you have some strategy that helps you take advantage of some taps and get into the trade and sell off or buy, maybe that's what you want to do. But if you're a price action trader, it might not really be the best for you, because most likely by the time you're getting involved, the market has already moved. Yeah, so that's why I would suggest on USD CHF. GBP USD. So GBP USD is doing something similar to Euro USD as it should be. So what I would expect is that the market continues bearish, because the market has broken this area. The market has broken below this area that held for since November 2022. That's quite interesting. So this area has held since November. Let me be sure of that. Yeah, November 2022. So the market has broken below. So we expect the market to continue downwards. So now the market has done a reversal. We expect the market to look for a continuation downwards. So a day close candle below this major 1.20860 area would expose this next area of 1.18951 area, and we'll possibly get the 1.1757 area, and most likely below that. So that is what I'll be expecting from the GBP USD. So watch out for the violation and close below the penetration of this area and the close, a significant close below on the New York day close candle. Then you can look for some sales that could take you into, can look for some good sales. Let me show you what I mean. So look at that. So we can expect something like this, from next week. But make sure you get that New York day close candle first before you get involved, right? The stop loss might be wider, but it's much better to have a better confirmation than to look for trades when you don't have a good confirmation. So the better the confirmation, the better for the trader. So let's go to USD JPY. Yeah, USD JPY missed by a few pips our entry. So you can see that this 138.112 area was the point of entry that I highlighted over here. And the market missed it by just a few pips, possibly about 6, 7, 8 pips. And where it looks like it's still working according to our bias. But it has come into a major area, because this area held over here. This area held over here, held over here, held here, and possibly held even far, long before that as well. Now, what do I predict? The Monday close candle will determine a lot of things for us, determine what we're looking at. So if we get a candle that still violates this area, then closes significantly above, then we might see the market back into the 138.112 area. So you might want to prepare for some buys right there. But the market goes below and closes, I want you to still hold on, right? You should hold on for a while and see what the next candle does. The next New York day close candle, watch what it does. If it pushes higher, closes above significantly, you might also want to buy as well. Right? But be careful looking for sales for now. Euro AUD, beautiful. Euro AUD on the weekly has broken out of this channel that is this almost 2-year-old channel. Yeah, it has broken out, but it has this channel to come into, and it's actually this channel right here, more like a trend line rather, but it seems to have broken above. If we check the previous reactions of the market to that area, you see that the market has not actually broken above and closed above. So this is the first time it is doing that. So possibly that is to point towards that this guy is really pushing higher and not, it's actually not bearish or so for now. But what I would expect is, since it has pushed this high, I would expect some bearish reversal, right? You know, look for those bearish reversals to get you some good risk reward, you know, in your continuation of the trend. So what I would suggest that you look for that reversal or wait for it, something as deep as this, then, you know, a continuation higher. Look out for them on the New York day close candles. And who knows, since we have this here, who knows, let's see, who knows if it's a false breakout, right? It could be a false breakout and then close below this area and continue in the trend, or continue in the channel rather. So who knows, let's just keep our fingers crossed. Watch what the Monday candle does first, then with that you can determine a lot of things. If the market closes significantly below on the New York day close candle, you can look for a sell, you know, a continuation into the trend line down here. And I look for a sell, a continuation into the trend line down here. Who knows? And this is looking like a pen chart already, so possibly you would have a push out of this and ultimately target this. You know, that's the textbook target for something like this, right? Yeah, that's a good idea if you think about it. And if that happens, it should be close to that's almost a 2000 pips move. Beautiful. Let's move to EUR/JPY. Now for the EUR/JPY, we had our analysis that possibly the market could drop, you know, this low. But what is the market currently doing? The market is bearish for now. Let's check the weekly. The market is bearish even on the weekly. So if you look at that, you see the market closed below the previous week's candle. Well, that doesn't mean so much, especially when market could pull surprises at any point. And interestingly, it also closed below our channel right here. So we see that channel, right? We see this. Let me take this out. So we see what happened over here. So the market penetrated that channel, or the price penetrated the channel and closed below, and it's more like a conference now because it's penetrated the channel and closed below, and also closed below a significant resistance level as well. So that gives us like a double confirmation that possibly the market might be seeing lower prices. possibly the market may be seeing lower prices next week. I expect it to see lower prices next week. So if we get a push in first, then look for some continuation to the downside. That would be beautiful. That would be fantastic. Right, guys? That's almost a 600 pip move on the Euro JPY. Don't forget, it's the New York day close candle only, please. Yeah. So GBP JPY, why do we have a lot of lines here? Interesting. I think I find that pin bar quite interesting. Okay, let's look at this. So the market seems to have been bearish in the last 4 hours of Friday. Now, knowing that Euro and GBP possibly would be correlating, and then we're having a situation like this, this could just be letting us know that it's a confirmed, quest for lower prices that the market is up to. It could just be a confirmation to that. Could just be a confirmation to that, and possibly this is some stop hunt and then a continuation to the downside. So we'll see how that goes. I would expect you wait for the market to come into some major area like the 164.80 area before you start looking for sells, or come into this area before you look for a possibility of a buy. But whichever way, just make sure you do not get carried away with this pin bar. See what the market wants to do first. We've seen situations like this and the market just turned around and kept pushing higher. So not all pin bar situations work out well. Not all at all. So let's move on to the next one. Euro CHF. Now Euro CHF, as we predicted, we expect it to come in here. So when it comes in here, this major area of the 0.97328 area, I would like to see what happens there. So what happens here, when the market penetrates this area, the reaction of the price at this area will determine whether we will look for buys. So if the market penetrates this area and then closes above on a New York day close candle, then I'll possibly look for some buys into an area like this. Yeah, so let me point that out. Yeah, that will be the first target. Because of the state of the market, it has not done a higher high, so possibly it's pushing and continuing the downtrend, right? So we don't want to be against the trend. So this is a counter trend trade, but it will be a little move, so we don't push our lock too hard, right? So if the market comes in here, we possibly see something go as low as this, right? Yeah, so we can also see the market come as low as this. So a day close candle penetrate and close above, then you look for a buy or sell. Simple, yeah, it's that simple. USD card. What's USD card? USD card has fulfilled our prediction actually, and interestingly, it closed. You know, it closed at the price that we actually expected, or that we drew our line to. Maybe just a coincidence, you can say. So, what do we expect now? Well, I think card right now is not showing some sign of serious strength. Right, the card is not showing some sign of serious strength. I'll just look for a reversal and a continuation. Yeah, that's what I'll look for. Look for a reversal and a continuation. Possibly we would get something like we got on the USD CHF. And I will come in here and continue higher. Whichever way, it's fantastic. Don't forget, it's the New York day close candle. We're not scalping, we're trading, taking positions in the market. Some people call it position trading, but hey, it's trading. Why miss out on this? Why miss out on the big moves? Just trying to pick some small moves. Nah, you can take some profit early, but you don't have to miss out on the big moves. So let's check this out. Euro NZD. What's Euro NZD telling us? Now, I made an analysis on Euro NZD last week that the market was coming too close to this candle too soon. Yeah, it was coming too close to the trend too soon. It was coming too close to the trend line too soon. So I expected a break, which was why I drew this. But apparently that didn't happen because the market found support at this area. The market found support at this area and pushed, higher. And that area seems to be a significant area in the market. So now what are we going to do? Well, we might as well hunt for ourselves, now that the market has gone into bigger areas, gone into higher areas. So we can look for ourselves at the 1.74058 area, right? When we can watch the market, wait for the market to penetrate that area first. When it penetrates and closes on the day close candle below it, then it gives us some signs that okay, there's a possibility that the market wants to do a little drop. And if you are mindful of the trend line that we have been starting with, since it has been functioning quite well, we're just bring it down into the trend line again. Yeah, so that's that for Euro NZD. For CAD JPY, now CAD JPY is on a sell, really massive sell right now. But how are we going to determine what the next move is? Well, what I will look out for is the market coming into a significant area, significant zone before I take some serious decisions. So we can look at these zones. You can watch me pick out the zones. We can look at this area. See what happened over here. Quite an interesting area. But is that all the market has to offer us? I don't think so. So let's zoom out a little to see we have something. So let's see this. Let's see how significant this is. Okay, worked here, worked here, worked here, worked here. But this was a false breakout, but it still worked. Worked over here, worked over there. So let's go back to the daily, and then what I would expect is if CAD remains weak, the market comes into this area, right, and continues below, comes into penetrates into this area and closes below on the day close candle. That penetration is important because when we get the penetration of the zone and close below, we can say to a certain level of certainty that the market has, gone in to get some power, so to say, to continue downwards, right? You know, the market has, the price has pushed in, and then sellers have confirmed that, okay, you're in, but we don't want you, so get out, right? So it's better than when the market has not even gotten in there, and then we are trying to sell, because we don't really know if the market will just jump into there, and it's continues it does a buying spree or something like that. So we just want to wait for the market to get in first, and then the sellers confirm that we don't want you here, and then close below on the day close candle, then we can continue the sell. For Euro card, now for Euro card, I would expect the market to Euro card. Interesting. For Euro card, just expect the market to possibly bounce into this area and continue higher. Yeah, that's what I would advise that you do. Let the market come into another major area. So this is resistance becomes support. So if it becomes support, you look for an opportunity to buy. Make sure it penetrates that area and closes above. Then you can continue to buy higher. So AUD JPY. Okay, so for AUD JPY, let's wait for the market to come into the 87.95. The market comes into the 87.95. We can look for opportunities to buy, possibly a double bottom on a 4-hour, or a penetration of this area and then a close above, so we can look for a buy right there. But if the market then pushes back in, we could watch the market do some, maybe go back into the 89,000 area. Then we look for an opportunity to, continue the sell lower. That would be an interesting opportunity as well. But make sure it validates first before looking. Validates, then close below on the New York day close candle before continuing the sell. So Euro GBP kind of confirmed our channel from last week. The channel is valid, but I'm still not interested in Euro GBP because of the way it moves. Yeah, the movements are not impressive. I told you. Remember what I told you right here. The market was looking downwards, but I told you the market could just open and then just push higher, and it did just that. So that's why Euro GBP is quite unpredictable, right? So I'll just advise that you stay away from Euro GBP. But if we were to look at this, possibly we would wait for it to come into the 0.88608 area, then look for a sell. Yeah, look for a sell to the downside. Go for this first though, 0.8794. That could be your first target, and then watch your second targets and see if they would continue downwards. So GBP card, what is GBP card telling us? Let us see. Well, GBP card is bullish. GBP card is bullish. I think the strength of card just defines a lot of these things. a lot of the spares that we check. So GBP card is bullish, right? So I would suggest that you look for a situation of resistance becomes support, right? The market coming into this area and continuing higher. That would be a fantastic move right there. That would be a fantastic move. Don't forget the day close candle only, please, if you're following our strategy here. So GBP NZD, same thing. GBP NZD, same thing. Pushing higher, look for the market to come into a lower, come into a support, right? You could use this in the 4 hours. I typically don't go down to the 4 hours for analysis, but it's fine too. You know, look for a 4 hour, look for the market to bounce onto the resistance, become support, and then continue your buys higher, maybe into this area. Yep. Maybe into that area. So that would be a good one. Don't forget day close candles. Day close candles only. Amazon. Okay. AUD and ZD. Now for AUD and ZD, I actually saw this move, but I didn't participate because I had my doubts. Yeah. And of course, there will always be more opportunities. So for AUD and ZD, just do the typical wait for it to come in here, then continue down to the downside to the 1.06097 area, if that gets to happen. So AUD and AUD CHF is quite interesting. I was trying to sell AUD CHF at some point. It wasn't working to get into profit, then go back. And now that I'm not involved, it seems just to be shooting downwards. Wow, quite interesting. No problem. I have nothing against it because I'm currently on the CAD CHF and it's working out well. Yeah. So for this one, do we have anything? For this one, I'll just expect the market to do this. Although I don't think the market will go this high. But if it does, fine. So if the market does this, good. Amazing. So wait for the market to penetrate that 0.6170 area and close below on the New York day close candle and continue to the 0.58906 area. Yep. So AUD card. Let's wait and see what charts is well loaded. I think so. I think it is. So AUD card. AUD card for now might not have a clear direction. AUD card may not have a clear direction because AUD is weak, card is also weak. AUD is weak, card is also weak, so there might not be a clear direction for now. So I'll just suggest, hands off for now on AUD card and for this week. So let's move to NZD JPY. NZD JPY is coming back to the diagonal support. So what do we expect? Well, I'm not expecting much. I'm not expecting much from the diagonal support. I would actually want it to come in here first before I can decide what to expect. So if it comes in here, does the penetration of that area and closes above significantly, then I possibly will look for reasons to buy into this area. buy first into that area. Then maybe second entries will be looking at as high as this. I think there's about 600 plus pips. So second entry is supposed to be looking as high as that. But anything else for now, nah, I'm not looking at that. So NZD card. NZD card. I'm quite surprised that the NZD didn't push up because of the weakness of card, but that's fine. I'd also suggest you stay away from this for the new week, because the market could just go in and start bouncing around this area. So you don't want that. You don't want to see that, because NZD is weak. Card is also weak. So let's get into NZD CHF. NZD CHF is at a major area where it has closed bearish at that area. Doesn't matter, but we might get a situation where the market still goes down, then we have a failed breakout, and then it pushes higher. So watch out for the Monday New York day close candle. If the market does something like a false breakout, closes above this area, then you might want to start you might want to look for a buy into the 0.5747 area. Or if it closes below, I would expect that you still wait for some reversals or some retracements before you sell to the downside. But if it closes significantly above, buy. Yes, buy first into the 0.5747 area before you look at other targets. So now for the NZD USD. So NZD USD, quite interesting, but I think overall it seems to be pushing bearish for now. Overall, NZD USD seems to be going bearish, although it is still in this tiny channel right here that we put up, but I think it might eventually break that channel. So I'll expect the market continues downwards into this area. So the market comes into this 0.59311 area, penetrates it and closes above, then we might see some buys into the diagonal area over here. So we might see some buys into the diagonal area over here, or into this 0.6200 area, right? So whichever one works fine. But if the market comes into this area, 0.6200 area, penetrates, then closes below, then we might see some sells into the 0.59311 area right there. Don't forget, New York day close candles only for now. So card CHF JPY rather. Okay, CHF JPY is also seems to be pushing higher. It's one of the pairs pushing higher against the JPY right now. Let me see. Well, I'll say stay off, hands off CHF JPY for now. Hands off CHF JPY for now. But if you must trade it, then let it come into this area first. Let it come into this 145.168 area before you look for some continuation in the buys, right? Because this is the bullish market and it is clear. So for AUD USD, I won't be expecting much of reversals on AUD USD. I'd expect the market to go directly down to the 0.6407 area. So I expect the market to go down, that low, Then from there, we can start talking about some reversal, possibly to this point, to this point, to this point. So you can as well try to look for some entries around here. Maybe this might be the only trade I would advise you to jump into when the market opens, taking this low as your entry and taking this the high of the previous candle, the high of the candle as your risk, then making this your target, right? So that would be about a 150 pips move. So if this is about 75 pips, that's like a 1 to 2, an easy 1 to 2 right there. 1 to 2 risk reward ratio right there. So wait for the market to get into this area first, then you can look for a penetration of this price, a penetration of this area, and then a bullish close above, a significant bullish close above. Then you can try to buy. There's a possibility the buys get into this area, this 0.66413 area. Yeah, so that's what I would expect for AUD USD. So let's get to GBP-CHF. Good. So GBP-CHF is currently at a major area of 1.1070, right? But I don't think we should expect much from that. Why? Because this because of the bearish move, right, for the past week, and it's been a solid bearish move, right? It's been a solid bearish move. So what I would expect is a retracement, simple retracement, then possibly a simple retracement in that area, then a continuation to the downside. Sincerely, that's what I would expect, right? That's what I would expect, except we get something really significant, like we see the market opens on Monday and we see a significant bullish candle just form and close, the New York day close candle, New York day close time, and then then we can start talking about going bullish on that, using this as so if the market breaks out of this, we can talk about targeting this, targeting higher, so whichever way. But I will only look for buys when we see a very significant bullish candle right here. But if not, just wait for a retracement and continue downwards. So GBP AUD. And GBP AUD obviously has to be bullish because of the weakness of GBP. But it has obviously come into another trend line right there. So this trend line has been support since 2016, since 2016, okay, 2017 thereabout. So it has served as support. It's actually a channel, but it's also a trend line. It has served as support. Now it has been broken and now serving as resistance, right? So it's coming into it again. Are we going to have a drop? Well, what I'll just expect is that watch out for the Monday candle. If the Monday candle goes bearish and closes below this 1.8181 area, then we might be looking at some sells. If we have a significant bearish close, we might be looking at some sells. But if not, then we might just see the market break out of this area and come target this point, this 1.91124 area. So let's watch out and see which actually goes works well, and our decision is dependent on what the New York day close candle does. Right, guys? Thanks for watching today's video. I stopped by to let you know that with the service we provide, you can earn as much as 25% profit and much more monthly on your investment without giving your capital to anyone. Yes, you heard me right. 25% profit and much more without giving your capital to anyone. Also, if you refer anyone to invest, we will give you a 15% commission on the profit we make. Reach us via the link provided in the description below. Thank you. Mike Earn is willing to help.